Each year, Visually Impaired Advancement, or VIA, hosts a one-of-a-kind event that supports their services called Dining in the Dark. To tell us more, we are joined by Ray Zielinski, VIA's Vision Education Specialist. Ray, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you. Pleasure.
So before we talk about this big event you have coming up, why don't you tell us a little bit about Visually Impaired Advancement and the work you guys do?
Absolutely. So we are kind of the one-stop shop in Western New York for all things blind, low vision, and progressive vision loss. So we have a low vision clinic where individuals can come in all ages. Our services are from age 1 to 101. We have social programs for families and youth. We have workforce training and placement services. We have orientation and mobility specialists to teach independent and safe travel. We have a manufacturing facility on site, a contact center on site where 211 of Western New York is housed. And we also have vision rehabilitation therapists that will go into the home and assist individuals with their day-to-day living tasks, as well as individuals who will go into the school system and assist with education.
Really is such a critical resource for our area. You know, COVID has affected so many businesses and people in so many different ways. How did COVID affect you guys?
You know what? So with our manufacturing facility being on site, that was really the saving grace. We did a lot of PPE, a ton of things. So when we kind of tamped down our community-based services and going to people's homes and helping them out there, we just transitioned our staff to the manufacturing to help with the workload there, and nobody stopped working, nobody lost jobs. We worked through it and got together as an agency to make things successful.
Yeah, and here we are today, right?
Absolutely.
So tell us about this big event you have coming up this month.
So this is our annual fundraiser. It's the only one that we have, Dining in the Dark. And essentially the whole point of it really is to make sure that individuals who come in and experience a 4-course meal under blindfold, yeah, it is an experience to be sure, but really the main takeaway that we want people to kind of get out of the event is that, yes, this is one aspect of the life of a visually impaired individual. It may be difficult, but we don't want people to say, oh, you know, vision loss is so hard, it's so difficult to deal with. No, we just want someone to have a little bit of empathy, you know, and understanding that this is just one facet of visually impaired life and that there are techniques to navigate it. So we don't just cut you loose and give you a steak and a knife and say, have at it. We do have a vision rehabilitation therapist up in the front of the room guiding you through the various different techniques on how to navigate each course.
Wow. So let me ask you, what do you hear? You say this is an annual event. You've been doing this for a little bit now. What do you hear from not only the people who take part, but, you know, the people who benefit from, you know, having an event like this?
Oh, absolutely. So all of the funding that we raise at this program goes directly into our own programming. No admin costs. We're not paying the electric bills with it. It all goes directly back into the community. And so when individuals come to the event and they experience everything as a whole, all the fun auction items and then sitting down with a meal with their companions and maybe spilling a glass of water or two with the blindfold on. The biggest question we get is, you know, can we pay to peek? Yes, you can. You can. It's like the swear jar. We don't encourage it, but you can.
Right.
And we really just want individuals to kind of experience it as you know, a table, a team, or a family, if you will, at that table, and just really to take the most out of it that they can and to bring that knowledge back into their own lives, where if you see a visually impaired individual, or maybe you're an employer, or maybe you're someone struggling with vision loss and don't want to come to somebody, maybe there's that apprehension. You know, we're confidential. You can come to us, you just say, hey, you know what, I'm struggling with XYZ aspect of life, and we'd be happy to help you.
Sounds like such a fun event with such an important takeaway. We'll just wrap with this last question. The logistics, if anyone wants to take part, the dates, details, everything like that.
Absolutely. So it takes place September 15th at the Hyatt Regency downtown Buffalo, and it starts at 5:30. Tickets can be purchased at viawny.org/DD Delta Delta 2022.
All right, wonderful. Ray, that's all the time we have this afternoon. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
All right, still ahead, NASA is counting